Hey there YouTube, this is Mr. Palladian from the future, and as you can see I got my usual background here, but now without like all the editing stuff. It's just a green screen, of course. But yeah, welcome pals. This is the very first YouTube video that I'm uploading, and that's why I'm giving this introduction, because this has actually been filmed and recorded on Twitch. So if you're interested in checking out our Twitch, the link is in our description. Have a fun time watching our castle review on the castle of Dukonred1. It's a really good castle, you should really check it out. Have a good one. Alright, hello everybody, welcome my pals. My name is Mr. Palladian, and right now we're actually in Darwin Reforged, which is a very interesting server if you ask me. And the reason why is because we are actually using Conquest Reforged, which is a one mod pack in which you can create really beautiful stuff actually. So if you can see right now, this is something that we created within Minecraft with the use of this unique mod pack. So that's really interesting. And on this server, Darwin Reforged, we actually have a lot of streamers as well, building stuff. And of course I am a streamer myself, and I also do build some stuff here, but I'm fairly new on this server, so I do not have a lot of buildings yet. But there are some other people like Videoman or Vigoman, and we are actually going to check that out right now. This is a very interesting building because it's actually built by Dukonred1, and he has done a lot of buildings in the medieval time period. You should definitely check him out. He's fantastic. I mean, look at this build already. I mean, it's already very stunning. It's just meant to, if you ask me. It's absolutely beautiful, if you ask me. Alright, so what we are actually going to do is we are going to check out this build from the very beginning, which is right here. And the cool part about this castle is that it's not just a castle, right? It's basically a whole village surrounding it as well. And that's what you will see right here. You can see it's not really finished. There are some plots like that over there, and that's why it looks a little bit unfinished. But if you just ignore that and look at the beautiful view of this plot itself, it's absolutely massive and great. I'm not very used. It's warp lumiere. You can actually go to it with that. Lumiere is in light in French. All right. So yeah, you will see that just the trees in this mod pack are actually very beautiful. The things that you can do with the vegetation is mental, which is really cool, because I always say that during my builds that the vegetation is actually so important. You actually do so many things with it, and you dress your builds with it, and that's why I really like it. All right, let's take a look, shall we? We actually got a tavern over here. I mean, it's not a castle, that's true. But I mean, look at all the detail that has been put into this. Like, all the credits go to Dukonred1, because he did an amazing job on this bit. And I've actually not checked out the build like in a very detailed manner yet. I've just flown over it, took a small little glance. So we're actually going to review it together, kind of. So that's interesting. So let's just take a look around. Oh, there's even the bulletin board. I like that. Help me, massive griffin. Oh, griffin. Ah, this is more of like a some kind of Witcher kind of build, I suppose. It does feel like the Witcher as well, with like the griffins and all that. All right, so this could be the very first defense actually, which is a bridge leading up towards the castle. Okay, so instead of going under the bridge, we actually have to go around this way to get on top of it. All right, that's interesting. Let's just do it. Let's go to the castle. All right, you can check out the plot yourself. I gave you the warp. It's /warp lumiere. You can go to it yourself and then check out all the little houses. So far I've seen every single house in here has been decorated on the inside as well. So that's really impressive actually. It's really cool. So yeah, let's take a look inside, shall we? All right, this is just a normal gate. I suppose it's a horizontal gate. So there's no real way to protect it. Usually you want to have a vertical gate going up and down portcullis, and the reason why is just because battering rams will have a harder time actually to break through it, which is interesting. But I can actually see that right there is a portcullis. So this is just a fancy looking gate, just to keep out the peasants, you know, the peasants from this village, this city. You can actually keep them out this way, making sure they do not bother you at the actual front gate. So yeah, it's actually very cozy with all the flags and all that. It's a very neat little village. I like it. All right, then over here you actually see that there's a big bridge, which is good. It's always good to have a bridge leading up towards your castle, but this bridge is made out of stone, and if you want to make it, like, if you want to get rid of it or something because you know that the enemy is coming, like as an example, you send out a scout, you know, and he's gone for a couple of days, and then you come back and he says, okay, in 3 days time the enemy will be in front of your gate. We have to prepare for war, okay? So we have to prepare for a siege. Well, the very first thing you actually do is gain as much food as possible, because food is actually also some kind of weapon. The lack of food is, at least. If you do not have enough food and you're trapped inside this castle, when your food is running out, you're basically done for, and that's not a good thing. So that's why you want to that's why you want to have as much food as possible, but also you want to preferably have some kind of drawbridge, you know, leading up towards your gate, so you can actually move it up or make it out of wood. So if it was made out of wood, you can actually disassemble the bridge, but because it's made out of stone, it's very difficult to do such thing. I mean, it depends on how big the army is, of course, like but yeah, it would be advisable to think about that. So over here you can actually see already the arrow slits. I do wonder, actually, let's go in Game of 3 and check it out from the other side. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to see what the archer can see. All right, in case it doesn't make sense. Well, I think it does make sense. You just want to be able to shoot the enemy while they are on the bridge, and you can actually see the enemy while they are nearing your gate. So that's a really good thing, actually. So you do have vision, which is good. That's like the most important thing about castles, right? You need to have vision on the enemy, and preferably as much vision as possible, meaning from as many angles as possible. The reason why is because your enemy usually has one shield, all right, and you can protect the enemy. You can only protect yourself from one side. So if you're being attacked from multiple angles with arrows or rocks or anything like that, you have a very hard time defending yourself, and only turtle positions will be able to save you from that, like in the Roman time period. But all right, let's take a look over here. You actually notice, I think over here there are some bits that like other holes, like matriculation. Yeah, okay, so I think these are matriculations, which is great. So these are small little holes inside of the wall, in between the wall and the crenellations itself. So the up and down parts, these features are called crenellations. It's one of the main features you actually see in a castle. If you're drawing a castle as a kit, you also draw the up and down parts on them, and those are called crenellations. Can't tell in Dutch, but yeah, we are in an English stream right now. So yeah, it's just crenellations. And the cool thing about this is that they are extended, and the reason why they are extended outwards, you see that they have more room, that they're going that way. The first reason is actually because this way you have more room to walk on. All right, so yeah, there's more space to walk on, which is a good thing. But also, sometimes they make little holes beneath them, like this one, exactly like that one. Well, it usually was a little bit different. This block over here will be smaller, actually, so you can shoot down straight at the enemy, and not like at the area where you're walking on. but because we are in Minecraft, we do not actually have that block, so we cannot make it like that. But that is how it was done historically. And the cool thing is that you can actually throw stuff down at the enemy, like burning sand, burning oil, rocks, you can call it. And yeah, like I said, even burning sand. Usually people think that just oil was thrown at the enemy, but that's actually not true. Oil is very expensive, just like nowadays actually. And sand is not. I mean, you can go to the beach, you can find sand everywhere, like next to every river, anywhere. And sand also gets really hot. So if you go to the beach on the sunny day and you're on your bare feet, you will already notice that you actually want to tiptoe, tiptoe, basically running to your blanket or shadow, just because your feet are burning. Well, that's the same thing if you cook it in a big bowl, a big iron bowl on top of a fire, burn that sand. Make it very hot and then throw it at the enemy. It's not a pleasure, not gonna lie. It's not a pleasure at all. Preferably you want to be able to stand over here and you want to be able to shoot the arrows down at the enemy. That was done instead of like matriculations in some countries, or like in old Persia as an example. You can actually shoot down the arrows at the enemy using those turrets on the sides extending. Okay, yes. Let me check. Let me check the actual gate now. Let me check the inside. So, but you will notice that over here there are some murder holes. So, so yeah, you actually see this small little hole on the top, and that is basically the called a murder hole. And the reason why is because, like I said before, you can actually throw anything down there at your enemy, which is something you actually want. Yeah, because the enemy will be attacked from many sides, because we also have those arrow slits on the sides, meaning, like I said before, you can only protect yourself from one angle, and this way you will be attacked from 3 different angles, because over here there's another one, and you would just have a very hard time attacking this first gate, but let alone the second gate as well, because once you breach through this first gate, all right, which is actually a vertical branch gate, and this is actually really good. It's a pain that you cannot really see the whole structure, but yeah, if you look at it, you can see it's multiple branches, connections, multiple parts connecting with each other. And if you bring over like a ram, like if it's a hand ram or battering ram with a proper siege tower, you actually notice that if you break one of those connections, you are not through the gate. You know, if it was just a door that opens horizontally, you would actually have a much easier time, because you can just use the horizontal power of your battering ram to break through it. Because it's a vertical gate, you will only have to break connections. And you have to break many connections before actually a whole portion of the fence gate drops out, and actually yeah, and you manage to actually go through it. Ah, Rowan is the Irishman. All right, welcome, mate. Welcome back. Oh, I just went through. Oh, actually. Oh, wow. Okay, I've not seen this part before. That is mental. Okay. Wow. All right, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, we might want to check that later if there's some kind of dungeon or something. So if you break through this very first gate, if you use a battering ram or something like that, you can actually go inside, and there is another gate, and this is basically what a kill zone is. All right, you want to have an area in between gates where you will be stuck at. So you go through the first one, and then you're stuck inside of what's called a kill zone, because from here you will be attacked from as many sides as possible as well. I mean, this murder hole is covered by a lamp, which is a bit off. But yeah, I mean, it's still functional. It still works. It's definitely, yeah, you will die here pretty much. You will definitely die here, which is a good thing. And then again, another drawbridge that goes vertically down, but then you have a horizontal door as well, and this is not a door. Okay, so yeah, this is just a really good gatehouse. This is one of the best designs you can actually make. So I'm really happy to see the amount of detail in just the gatehouse alone. And right now we are just in the inner parts of the castle, and I've never seen this bit before, so this is going to be rather interesting. All right, let's just let's just check out from this view to see where we can go to from here. I think this might be some kind of oh, what's this actually? Okay, so from this first gate you will actually be able to reach the inside battlements. I think these are battlements. They are not really well protected battlements. That they have wide open windows. So maybe it's not. I do not see any arrows or bows next to it. So maybe it's just for decoration, which could be a thing, of course. But it's an interesting place actually. I wonder why. What the story behind this is. Oh, but this actually looks like crenellation. So this is yeah. You're right, Rama. That's interesting. All right, I do not know what this is actually. Maybe if you look at it from the other side, yeah, it does look like some kind of battlement, so kind of wall from which you will be able to shoot at from. But preferably you want to have arrow slits in there as well, just for your own protection, you know, or those. Oh dear, yeah, or those shutters that you also have over here. Just so the enemy will have a very hard time actually attacking you. That's actually pretty funny, because if you look at this castle, there's a very big distinct lack of arrow slits, even though they were possible to make. And I think they will be easier to make than these ones as well, especially during this time period. All right, let's just take a look around. I wonder what this build is actually. What is this? This is an alright building. It's just like, I think maybe the servants are living here. So yeah, and then in the inside there's actually another gate. So this basically means that it is a tiered castle. And tiered castles are actually amazing. And the reason why is because now you have to get up into the upper part. That's also why I said maybe like the servants are living here, because it's the very first part of the castle, and maybe at the much higher area bit there's actually where the people are living, where the family is living, the lord is living. So yeah, that's why there's another gatehouse right here with more murder holes, more holes on the sides as well, which is really good. You can even see an armory with crossbows. Crossbows during sieges were actually very useful. And the reason why is because you do not need a lot of like strength or skill to use a crossbow. You actually load it, you just aim at something, and then you just shoot it. Okay, that's all you have to do. With a bow and arrow, it's much more difficult, because you actually have to draw back your bow. You have to be strong. Yeah, the aiming is just much more difficult as well, because you have to be strong in your arms to be able to use it. There was this scenario in which a small child actually shot a king with a crossbow, and I don't remember which king it was, to be honest. But yeah, he was just in the battlement, and the boy was just on top of the wall, and he had the crossbow, and he was just like, okay, and then the king actually died because of the infection of the bolt, not the bolt itself. It was just struck into his shoulder, but because the bolt was so dirty, so gross, due to the infection, the king actually died. The story was told in the Gideon Castle documentary. So right now in French they're actually building a castle in real life with like historically accurate tools and things, but like right now, which is really cool, and it's called the Gideon Castle. You should actually Google that on YouTube, because recently it has been brought out for free on YouTube. You can just check it out right now, and I love it. It's a really good series, and this story was told that as well, so that's where I got it from, in case you're wondering. Alright, so over here, this castle is actually a maze, alright? For people who are just trying to breach into it, we have no idea how the inside of this castle looks like. Because I am already like, okay, what are all these doors? There are so many doors in here. If you check over here, there's this door to the woodman, to the craftsman, other battlements of the wall. You can go upstairs. There are stables in here, I suppose. Yeah, let's just check upstairs. What is over here? So this is like all the straw for. Oh my word, this is a lot of straw. That's great. So this is basically going to the cellars. Alright, that makes a lot of sense. Probably going to the dungeons as well. Okay, this is some kind of storage room to keep meat cold and things like that. Okay, so yeah, this is pretty much the storage room, which makes sense to be located over here. It's not the main room. It's not like the throne room and things like that. But it's also a little bit lower, so it's easier to actually dig down. So the layout of this castle actually makes a lot of sense. You want to be your stuff to be separated from your actual castle. So from the keep and the throne room and where the actual lord is living and things like that. Because that, like, the wall castle is built around protecting the lord and not protecting the food supplies. Okay, yeah. Then over here is the actual keep itself. So yeah, pretty much you want this to be a little bit sturdier because this is actually the entrance towards your keep and towards your lord's house. So this is actually cool. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, so this is a really good design. The very first room that you enter is the throne room. Is the room where people will actually come, have a meal, where you will accompany people. But I don't think that this was the very first room that was built, because usually the very first room that is built is like the sleeping quarters from of the lord and things like that. So let's just take a look around, shall we? Then we have this tower over here, and I really want to check out this tower because it looks really cool. This is also the battlement from which you will be able to defend the very first tier, actually. But it doesn't look like it was actually made for proper defense, because I mean, yeah, you can see the enemy a little bit, but yeah, suicides. So yeah, from here you will be able to get you know, get up the crates and things like that, all the way up to the top. It's some kind of crane system. I don't really see it. Oh yeah, there's the mechanism. Okay, I was like, I didn't really see a mechanism, but there it is. So you can actually put it up, use it, put it back, and that's why all the crates are in here. The best way to transport, actually. You want to disable this or pull up the whole thing if there is an attack. Otherwise, you could just attach yourself to the rope and climb it. You know, you can just climb the rope. So if you're under attack, do not forget to actually pull this up. Otherwise, yeah, you will be attacked from the inside if you didn't pay enough attention. But this is actually cool. Some small little quarters. And then over here, yeah, let's just take a look around over here. Are there any lord's quarters? Maybe. Usually it's up high. I mean, look at this castle. It's beautiful, isn't it? I mean, look at all the detail that has been put into it. I think maybe over there there's even some kind of cathedral. Let me check that out. Usually, yeah, okay, there you go. Usually there's like a small chapel inside of medieval castles as well. The reason why is because the things are very prominent. The actual castles, or no, religion is very prominent. Okay, but yeah, the arrow slits, they actually have some kind of like an angle, right? A triangle going inwards. If you switch it the other way around, yeah, it does look better, definitely. But if I'm outside and I shoot an arrow, boom, at like the outside bits. I don't know if you can see it. Wait, okay, yeah, going like that. No, the other way around. Yes, so it's going inwards, right? It's going inwards, and then the arrow hits. Like, I got a scissor over here. Just hits, and the first thing it does, it's like it's going inside. It's going inside of the of you. It's going straight for your face, pretty much. You didn't want that, so that's why you want it to be flat, so that the gap is actually very small and nothing can really go through it. If you do /Discord, you actually get the Discord link, and then you will be able to join the voice chat as well, like the PAL Discord, pretty much, in which I'm building a whole community about talking about castles and things like that. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, you should definitely check it out. It's great. There are a couple of people there already, and we always have a good time there. And I'm on the Discord voice chat right now as well. So if you want to interact with voice, like in real life, yeah, you can actually join that, and we can have a conversation about these castles. So if you like that, you may join. I'm totally okay with that. So yeah, definitely check this castle out yourself. It's called Warp Lumiere, and it's made by Dukonred1, which is a really good build. I mean, look at this castle and the dedication that he put into it. Thank you for watching this video. If you learned something, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, maybe consider giving it a like and also a subscription. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Have a good day.